in history, lesson number 1, historiography development in the West. Today I'll be revising again. Okay, I'll be revising question answers of this. Now, first we will see some important points from this lesson. Then we will proceed towards the question and answers. So, first point, that is empirical method. What is empirical method? Empirical method, that is scientific method or a laboratory method. Okay, we'll see laboratory method of explanation, laboratory method of experiments and observations that remain true irrespective of time and space is called empirical method. Next, what is criteria for authentication of historical documents? Like how it is, how the document is, you will come to notice authentic or not. What is the criteria for knowing its authentication? So we'll know by lettering style, author style of writing, manufacturing date, and type of paper, stamps of authority. This is the criteria for authentication of any historical document. Now, disciplines in historical research. So, which are the disciplines that are useful for historical research? So, archaeology is there, archives, manuscriptology, epigraphy, linguistics, numismatics, genealogy. Disciplines useful in historical historiography. Now, this was the definition of historiography. What is the definition of historiography? Writing of critical historical narrative. These all are the points which we have discussed yesterday. Now we are just, in short, we are seeing. Next is earliest inscription. Okay, which is the earliest inscription? Which was found in Sumer civilization in Mesopotamia, dated 4500 BCE. So this is the earliest inscription. We have also studied characteristics of modern historiography. There are 4 characteristics of modern historiography, that is based on scientific principles, anthropocentric questions, answers supported by reliable evidence, graph of mankind's journey. So these are the 4 characters of modern historiography. You have to remember this because there is a question, which are the 4 characteristics of modern historiography. Now, history. This is a Greek term and it was first used by Herodotus. Development of scientific perspective in Europe about historiography. Now, how historiography is developed in Europe with the scientific perspective. First is possibility of studying historical truths by applying scientific method. Means history is, there is a possibility of studying history or historical, where we can confirm historical truth by applying scientific methods also. Next, philosophical discussions on the objectivity in history and historiography. First university. Now, which is the first university to have an independent department of history? So, Göttingen University of Germany. Okay, it was founded in 1737 CE. Was first university which had independent department of history. Notable scholars in historiography. So, which are the notable scholars? René Descartes, Voltaire, George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, Leopold von Ranke, Karl Marx, Michael Foucault. So, these are the notable scholars which we have studied in historiography and their books. Now, first we will see about René Descartes. René Descartes, his book's name is Discourse. So remember the names of the notable scholars and their books also. There is a question of a concept map and it also comes in correct the wrong tab. So his book's name, René Descartes' book's name is Discourse, and what he said, never to accept anything for true. Okay, you should not accept anything for true unless and until all grounds of doubts are excluded, means all doubts are cleared. Then only you will accept anything that is true. Next notable scholar, Voltaire. So Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. You have the first fill in the blank of this lesson. Who was the founder of modern historiography? Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. What he opined? He opined that along with objectivity and chronology, social traditions, economy, trade, and agriculture are also important in historiography. Okay, in his opinion, according to chronology, social traditions, trade, economy, agriculture, these all things are also equally important in historiography. To learn about human history, their social traditions, what trade was there, economy, which economy, and agriculture, like which crops they grow, what was their living, okay, which crops they grow, etc. These are also important in historiography. Next notable scholar is George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel. Okay, his publications are in the book named Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences, and second book is Reason in History. And his opinion was, first point, historical that historical reality should be presented in a logical manner. Timelines of event indicative of progress. Third, presentation of history bound to change with new evidence. He said that if we found any new evidence, then history can be changed by the support of new evidence. Okay, but whereas in science it cannot be changed. Okay, science laws, formulas remains the same. But in history, if we find a new evidence, so history is bound to change. Fourth point, historical methods were not of lesser quality, though they differed from scientific methods. Okay, historical research, when we do historical research, so it's not less than from scientific method. Dialectics, you have the question as explain the concept of dialectics. It is a 2-3 line answer, but in short we will see in 1 line. Dialectic is method of analysis based on opposites. Now which opposites? Like good, bad, or true or false. So you have to learn this concept also, dialectics. Next, synthesis. Process of arriving at new thesis after a thorough logical discussions on both the proposed thesis and antithesis. From thesis and antithesis, synthesis is come out. Okay, so that is called synthesis. Next notable scholar, Leopold von Ranke. Collection of his articles are published in 2 books. The name of the books are The Theory and Practice of History and The Secret of the World History. Okay, 2 books are there in which his articles are published. Now, what is the opinion of Leopold von Ranke? He emphasized on the importance of information gathered through original document. He believed that whatever information we are having through original document, it is very important. Next, criticized imaginative narration of history. Okay, he opposed an imaginative history. Like history is not imaginative. Okay, we cannot imagine history. So he opposed or criticized an imaginative narration of history. Next notable scholar, Karl Marx. His book's name is Das Kapital. And what is the opinion of Karl Marx? First one, human relationships are shaped by the fundamental needs of people and ownership as well as nature of the means of production. Second opinion, human history is a history of class struggles. Okay, yesterday we saw that there was a class struggle like between upper class, middle class. Okay, so He believed that, or he opinion that, human history is a history of class struggle, as the class that owns the means of production economically exploits the rest. Suppose the means of production is owned by higher class, so other classes are exploited by them. Okay, so he believed that human history is a history of class struggle. Next notable scholar, Michael Foucault. His book Archaeology of Knowledge. Now, what is his opinion? First opinion, arranging historical events not right. See, history is arranged in chronological order. He believed that history should not be arranged, or it should not be arranged in a chronology that is right. Second point, archaeology does not strive to reach an ultimate historical truth, but attempts to explain transitions in the past. Okay, so anything we get, if archaeology is done in certain place, whatever things we get from the burial of the earth, we cannot reach to its ultimate truth. Okay, we don't know what exactly had happened, but we try to explain the transitions in the past. Okay. Third one, psychological disorders, science of medicine, prison administration, etc., should be subject to historical analysis. This was his third opinion. Now, Annals School. Again, there is a question in the textbook. Explain the concept and school. So, there was a school which studied historiography. Yesterday we have seen. Now, in short, we will see what Annals School taught. History is not only about politics. Okay, history is not only about politics or leader or a king. Okay, diplomacy, wars, but also about climate, local people, agriculture, trade, technology, means of communication, social divisions, etc. Okay. Next is feminist historiography, and restructuring history from the perspective of women. So who wrote? Simone de Beauvoir helped in establishing the fundamentals of feminism. Important question is that this question is also there in the textbook. Now we'll see some objectives over here. Choose the correct option and rewrite the complete answer. First one, it may be said that Dash was the founder of the modern historiography. Who was the founder of modern historiography? Voltaire. It may be said that Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. Dash wrote the book titled Archaeology of Knowledge. So who wrote? Michael Foucault wrote the book titled Archaeology of Knowledge. Third one, the writing of a critical history narrative is known as historiography. That is the definition of historiography. Dash questions are about the deeds of the members of ancient human societies of a particular period. That is anthropocentric. Fifth one, Dash, the Greek philosopher, used the term history for the first time. Who used the first term? Herodotus. He used the first Greek term for the history. In 1737 CE, the Göttingen University was founded in Germany. Voltaire's original name was Francois Marie Arouet. 8 a treatise written by Karl Marx is most referred book all over the world. That is Das Kapital. 9th, the method of analysis which is based on the opposites is known as dialectics. 10th, the collection and articles of Dash are published in a book encyclopedia of philosophical science. That is George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel. 11th, Dash argued that arranging historical event in chronological order is not right. Who argued? Michael Foucault argued that arranging historical events in chronological order is not right. Simon, 12th one, Simon de Beauvoir helped in establishing the fundamental of feminism. 13th, Herodotus wrote a book entitled The Histories. So we have seen some textual fill in the blanks also and some extra fill in the blanks over here, okay, related to the chapter. Now next question, identify the wrong pair in the following, correct it in the following and correct it and rewrite. Now you don't have to correct it and rewrite, just you have to pick out which is wrong and write the answer. So this first one is the textual wrong pen. George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, Reason in History. Leopold von Ranke, The Theory and Practice of History. Herodotus, The Histories. Karl Marx, Discourse on the Method. So wrong pair over here is Karl Marx, Discourse on the Method, because Discourse on the Method was written by René Descartes. Next is extra. Genealogy, study of lineage. Epigraphy, study of inscription. Manuscriptology, study of lettering style. Numismatics, study of coins. So which is the wrong pair over here? Manuscriptology, study of lettering style, because manuscriptology is a study of handwritten documents. It is not a study of lettering style. Okay, this was the extra wrong pair which we have seen. Third one. This is also extra question of wrong pair. Lore, France, Sumer civilization, Mesopotamia, Göttingen University, Greece, Berlin University, Berlin. So this is wrong pair is Göttingen University, because Göttingen University is located in Germany, not in Greece. So wrong pair is Göttingen University, Greece. Okay, there is one extra question, fourth one. When Descartes, Discourse on the Method. Voltaire, Das Kapital. Michael Foucault, Archaeology of Knowledge. Friedrich Hegel, Reason in History. The wrong pair is Voltaire, Das Kapital. Because why it is wrong? Because Das Kapital is written by Karl Marx, not by Voltaire. Now we will proceed towards next question, that is, do as directed, complete the concept chart. Next question, first. Notable scholars in Europe. Which are the notable scholars? Descartes, Voltaire, Marx, Leopold von Ranke. You can write, okay? Next is historical research method. Historical narrative. What is the historical research method? Okay, this diagram is how historical research done. First is to examine relevant references of historical information. Second, historical information, highlighting the process that led to historical carrying out comparative analysis. Understanding the references regarding time and space of the given historical events, and also various conceptual frameworks used in historical research method. Next, to formulate relevant questions in view of the historical references. To formulate hypotheses. And last one is critical examination of various sources of history. This is the historical research method, okay, used by historians to research any historical document or historical thing to prove it truth. Based on the chapter, prepare a chronological chart of scholars. So scholars are Randus Frederick Hegel, Leopold von Ranke, Karl Marx, Michael Foucault. Now, according to chronological order means their birth, okay, it should be come in series. Like Rene Descartes in 1596, he was born in 1596. Okay, so then in 1694 Voltaire, in 1770 George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, then in 1795 Leopold von Ranke, and last is 1818 Karl Marx. Okay, and second last was Karl Marx 1818, and last is Michael Foucault 1926. So this is arranged in their birth is arranged in chronological order. Question number 2. Explain the following concepts. First concept is dialectics. According to Hegel, so answer is according to Hegel, grasping the meaning of any event. According to Hegel, grasping the meaning of any event happens in terms of two direct opposites. Okay, in two direct opposites, any meaning is grasped. Okay, for example, in order to understand the true nature of a thing, one needs to know both true and false. Okay, true and false should be taken. Similarly, good and bad. Okay, like true or false, good and bad, two things should be taken of any thing. This method of analysis, which is based on opposites, is known as dialectics. Next concept is Anand School. Anand School was started by the French historian in 20th century. You have to write in detail, okay? Not in one line. You will write where it was started in 20th century to history writing, okay? And the main point is it was recognized now that history was not only about the political events, kings, and leaders, but also climate, people, agriculture, trade, technology, means of communication, social divisions, and their psychology, etc. Now, first is Foucault called the question is like this. Foucault called his method the archaeology of knowledge. So why he called his method like archaeology of knowledge? Answer. First point, Foucault drew attention to the fact that archaeology does not strive to reach the ultimate historical truth, but attempts to explain various points. He felt transition in history is more important than arranging historical events in chronological order. Third point, Foucault supplemented his method of historical analysis by including unacknowledged areas such as psychological disorders, science of medicine, prison administration, etc. Hence, this method is called archaeology of knowledge. Okay. First, we will see textual questions, then we will go to extra questions. Okay. Whichever textual questions are there first, I will take that. What is historiography? Definition of historiography. The writing of historical answer, the writing of critical historical narrative is known as historiography. Again, I will repeat, the writing of critical historical narrative is known as historiography. Second point, a scholar who writes such a narrative is called a historian. Third, the style of writing is determined determined by the conceptual framework adopted by the historian. These are the 3 points which you have to write. Next, what did Rene Descartes insist upon? Rene Descartes insisted on verifying the reliability of historical documents by critically examining them. Okay. Any document is verified by critically examining it. Second point, he also made a rule never to accept anything for true till all grounds of doubt are excluded. Okay, this he insisted when Descartes. Next question, third one. Why is Voltaire said to be the founder of modern? We have seen that Voltaire is the founder of modern. So now, why he is said as the founder? Answer. First point, Voltaire opened that along with objective truth and chronological events, considering social traditions, trade, economy, and agriculture were also important in historiography. Not only chronological events, but also like social traditions, economy, agriculture of the people. These all things were important in historiography. Second point, this opinion gave rise to the thought that understanding all aspects of human life is important for history writing. Thus, it is said that Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. There is a excuse me. There is a question. Read the passage and answer the questions. Okay. In exam, you get one passage for 5 marks, and you have to read it thoroughly and write the answers. Okay. So I'll read the passage first. Historical research, writing and studies are carried out with an objective of understanding the chronology of the past events and the events. This is a continuous process. In the physical and natural sciences, the empirical laboratory method of experiments and observation method is used to verify the available knowledge. This method allows establishing laws that remain true irrespective of the time and space. Those laws can be tested and proved repeatedly. In historical research, it may not be possible to use the method of experiments and observation. This is because we were not present in the historical time and space, and the historical events cannot be recreated. Also in history, it is not possible to establish laws that remains true irrespective of the time and space. Last paragraph of the passage. To begin, we need an expert who knows the language and script of a historical document in order to read it and understand its meaning. Also, the experts can examine the authenticity of the document by using criteria such as lettering style, author's style of writing, manufacturing, date and type of paper, stamps of authority, etc. Such document is further scrutinized by historian with the help of relevant historical references. So this was the passage. Now we will read the questions of this. First question. What is the objective of carrying out the historical research writing? Again, I will take out the passage. So from the passage, you have to pick the answer. What is the objective? You can see in the first line only, historical research, writing and studies are carried out with an objective of understanding. This is the answer now. The objective of understanding the chronology of the past events and the event themselves. Excuse me. So you have to read the passage carefully. Here it's passage question answers are scoring easily. You can score 5 marks. Okay. Just you have to search. If you are not able to search the answer, read it twice. Once if you are thorough with the passage, read it again. But don't miss the question and answers of the passage. Okay. You have to search the lines also. What is the objective of carrying out historical research, writing and studies? Okay, by searching this line, the objective of carrying an historical research, writing and studies, you will get the answer in the passage itself. Next question, why is it not possible to use method of experiments and observation in historical research? So you will look these lines, method of why it is not possible to use method of experiments and observation in historical research. See. This is so, it is in third paragraph. In historical research, it may not be possible. See, we got the answer here only in the third paragraph. In historical research, it may not be possible to use the method of experiments and observation. Why? Because this is so, because we were not present in the historical time and space, and the historical events cannot be recreated. Third question, why is an expert in history required for historical research? Okay, why an expert is required in historical research? So we will see the answer in the paragraph, in the passage only. Yes. First, you have to read the passage again. You're not getting the answer. It's in fourth paragraph. To begin, we need an expert, right? From there, the answer begins. We need an expert who knows the language. Why expert is needed? We need an expert who knows the language and script of a historical document in order to read it and understand its meaning. Also, the experts can examine the authenticity of the document by using criteria such as the lettering style. If uh, question is for 2 marks, so you can write long answer. Okay. Lettering style. Also, the experts can examine the authenticity of the document by using criteria such as lettering style, author style of writing, manufacturing date and type of paper, stamps or authority, etc. If they ask for 2 marks, you have to write a little bit longer answer. Next question, last question. In passage, there are only 4 questions, okay? 3 questions are for 1 mark each, and the last question or any one question is for 2 mark. So 5 marks passage is there. Last question, which method is used to verify knowledge in physical and natural research? So the answer is, we will see in the passage itself. It is in the second paragraph. In the physical and natural sciences, the empirical or laboratory method of experiments and observation method is used to verify the available knowledge. Okay. Now, before seeing the next passage, we will see the 2 questions. from the textbook. Explain Karl Marx's theory of class struggle. Answer first point. According to Karl Marx, history was not about abstract ideas. It was about living people. Second point, human relationships were shaped by the fundamental needs of people and their ownership as well as nature of the prevalent means of production to meet those needs. Third point, the accessibility of these means to different strata of society may not be equal. Fourth point, this inequality causes a division of society into classes leading to a class struggle. Fifth point, the class that owns the means of production economically exploits the rest of the classes. So it's answer in brief means answer in detail. So you have to write a long answer. Next question, what are the four characteristics of modern historiography? First point, its method is based on scientific principles. It begins with the formation of relevant questions. Second point, these questions are about the deeds of the members of society of a particular period, and history does not suggest any interrelation between divine and human deed. Human deeds. Third point, answer to these questions are supported by reliable evidence. And the last point is history presents a graph of mankind's journey with the help of past human deeds. Let's see any textual question is left. Next question. What is feminist historiography? Answer. First point, the restructuring of history from the perspective of women is called as feminist historiography. Second point, feminist historiography emphasized not only on the inclusion of women in history but also on rethinking of the male dominative perspective of history. Third point, it drove historical research to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, such as their employment, their role in trade unions, institutions, working for their cause, their family life, etc. Last point, in historical writing after 1990, women were portrayed as an independent social class. This is extra question. We will just see, observe the illustration and answer the question. There is a one picture. It's the picture of inscription. Earliest inscription is the Louvre Museum. Louvre Museum. So there are question, what does the picture show? The picture shows forward marching file of the soldiers holding shields and spears. Like in what is in the picture, you have to answer. Who is leading soldiers? The general is standing in front leading the soldiers. What is displayed on the Louvre Museum in France? Okay, the names of Sumerian kings and the stories of the battles fought by them, preserved in the form of inscriptions, are now displayed. Okay, this is extra question. Next picture is about Voltaire. So, who was Voltaire? He was answer. Voltaire was a French historiographer. Then next question, what were his opinion on historiography? Voltaire opined that along with objective truth and chronology of historical events, considering social condition, trade, economy, agriculture, etc., were also equally important in historiography. Means you have to write Voltaire's opinion in this answer. And again, you have to write one more answer. Why is Voltaire called the founder of modern historiography? Why he is called? Because his writings gave rise to the thought that understanding all aspects of human life is important for writing history. So he is called the founder of modern historiography. So I think I have covered all the textual questions from this one last. One passage I will read. I think time is up now. 7:24 already. We'll revise once again. Two questions I'll take again. Explain the Karl Marx theory of class struggle. Answer. According to Karl Marx, history was not about abstract ideas, it was about living people. Second point, human relationships were shaped by the fundamental needs of people and their ownership as well as the nature of the prevalent means of production to meet those needs. Third point, the accessibility of these means to different strata of society may not be equal. Fourth point, this inequality causes a division of society into classes leading into a struggle. Fifth point, the class that owns the means of production economically exploits the rest of the classes. Um, Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, the session is over.